All right, well, look, it's never too chilly outside for a nice cold lemonade.
That's why Leah from 93.9 WKYS and 92Q is back for another edition of Let's Sip with Leah Henry. And let's get right to this R. Kelly story that just keeps heating up. Now, the parents of these girls are saying, we don't know who those girls are in this video.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. This is why that situation in particular is tricky, because they are over 21.
Right.
So, technically he brainwashed them, kidnapped them when they were like 17. However, they're currently over 21. So now, I mean, their parents are fighting, but I kind of feel like it's a lost cause because, I mean, they choose whether they want to stay or not. And clearly, regardless of what happened, they're choosing to.
But wasn't there some implication that one of the girls' fathers gave her to R. Kelly?
Okay, so this is Azriel Clary, which is interesting because her father called into the Quicksilver show saying, that was not the case. R. Kelly brainwashed his child. He thought that he was giving her an opportunity for a music career because that's kind of what was promised. So that's kind of why he let her and R. Kelly start and form a relationship. It was supposed to be purely about her music career because she's a singer. However, it turned into something that he claims it wasn't supposed to be in the beginning. But she's claiming, my dad did this for money, for, taking advantage.
Well, was Quick able to ask, why would you leave your daughter, your young daughter?
That's what you were saying yesterday.
Well, he did, and he, Quick basically said, listen, I'm a father, and I would never let my child go with someone who's a known predator. But he was like, at the end of the day, you can't really judge me. He was like, as a father, I thought I was doing something that was going to help, enrich my daughter's dream. He was like, at this point, I feel like I'm getting a lot of backlash from people as far as, what they would have done. He was like, but at the end of the day, I want my child back. I know she's not safe with R. Kelly.
Well, another one of R. Kelly's ex-girlfriends are speaking out as well. Take a listen to this.
I did cry yesterday. It was a hard time for me because I've never seen him, take it up a notch like that in public for people. You know what I mean? So it screamed desperation.
She's kind of implying that she maybe didn't even know who this R. Kelly character was that was talking to Gayle King.
I mean,
and talking to everybody but Gayle.
I mean, come on. This whole thing, it has me dumbfounded because, listen, we saw a tape of R. Kelly, supposedly. Now, they say it wasn't him in the tape, but I mean, it was R. Kelly in the tape urinating on a 17-year-old girl. So thus far, after that, anybody who's letting their child go into his care, that's questionable. Even with the alleged abuse, I'd be like, I'm not actually gonna bring my child around that, because what can R. Kelly urinating on young girls do for my kid with the image he has anyway?
Right.
I question the whole thing.
But I also think it comes down to, let's just take all of the so-called acts out of the picture. As a parent, not me, you, as a parent, why would you let your young child, girl or boy, go away with an adult, period? I mean, I kind of feel like these parents are selling their kids to the devil. I'm not saying that R. Kelly's the devil. He's not, But what my point is that you're doing all this for fame and fortune, and I get that. You want the best for your child, but you also have to protect your child. Because if your child gets in, these people are hurt.
Yeah.
They are mentally hurt by all of this. Physically hurt, mentally hurt. It's going to take years of therapy to help them feel better.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? You're just going to turn your child over to somebody you don't know?
Right.
Yeah, we don't have the answers yet, but the story continues to unfold. Let's move on to some more hot topics this morning.
Gayle King, of course, was in that interview. I'm sure you guys had a lot to talk about this. She's been receiving a lot of praise for her interview with R. Kelly, keeping her composure, admitting that she wasn't really scared about getting clobbered by R. Kelly, but was scared that maybe because he was flailing around yelling that she may have gotten hit. But anyway, during those emotional interviews, she admits that she was deeply concerned for the girls that we've been talking about. And though R. Kelly was supposed to leave the room during the girls' interview, he stayed close by, reportedly coughing loudly at various points. Gayle King goes on to say, it's a bad situation, quote, I just wanted to say as a mother, get your things and let's go.
I mean,
that's pretty bad if Gayle King. Well, yeah, and that if you got nothing to hide, the person has nothing to hide, hides nothing at all. Leave the room, let the girls talk.
Yeah.
You know, but he obviously wanted to make it known that he was there.
Oh, he wanted them to say, basically, don't talk too much.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, R. Kelly should not have even done the interview with Gayle himself because he incriminated himself
That was the other
several
thing.
times.
Was there anything from the father that you guys spoke to about like why this interview even happened? Because again, I'm not a lawyer, but that just doesn't look like it should have happened.
Yeah, I mean, no. We talked to the father way before R. Kelly even did this interview. Like, when Surviving R. Kelly first came out, that's when we did the interview with him.
Back.
So it was a while back ago. However, I mean, R. Kelly should have left that interview alone because he incriminated himself. Obviously, he had no media training, or he let his emotions get the best of him to the point that now we're looking at him even more crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, though. I saw the publicist come in and try to help calm him down and compose him. But again, where was your lawyer? Anytime that you are being accused of anything, you should have a lawyer.
I think that we have to go back to the fact that he's in jail right now because he didn't pay $160,000 in child support. He's not making the best decisions. Paris Jackson seemingly responding to HBO's bombshell documentary Leaving Neverland, while not addressing the film by name. The King of Pop's daughter tweeted the folks should, quote, think about the bigger picture and chillax. One user responded that the bigger picture is her father's legacy being ruined and his name shamed forever. In a now deleted response, Jackson tweeted, quote, so not love and peace and trying to carry that message out? Tabloids and lies are the bigger picture. I'll pray for you. Another user chimed in saying the media's goal is to get a reaction, to which Jackson tweeted back, quote, if everyone reacted this way towards articles, they'd stop making lies and start writing actual news.
I still think that this is like, look, okay, so this was a damning documentary for sure, okay? But it was also a one-sided documentary. We didn't interview anybody from Michael's family, his entourage, nothing, okay? So I don't think it's fair that people are going around like not playing songs on the radio. I don't know if Radio
Now,
One's
the
doing
director said the reason that he didn't talk to anybody else in the family was because this was not about the family, this was about the two accusers and their story and their families. And so he said, as a journalist, for me to go and talk to somebody that's only going to say you're lying, you're making all this up, serves no, purpose to telling their story.
But that's the other side of this too, is that that's all they can say because they're not Michael. They can't speak to it. So, like, again, to me, this is one-sided journalism because you're only talking to this. That's why don't you come talk to me and ask me about what kind of day I had? I could say that I had the best day or the worst day with Kid O'Shea. And because you never asked Kid, well, what was she like? What had happened?
Sure.
Very true. And on top of that, like, we had to wait for Oprah to do a special to talk about the inconsistencies of one of the victims. Like, let's be clear, Wade Robinson literally signed up to be on Michael Jackson's This Is It tour.
Yes.
After he allegedly abused you for decades. And I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna make a documentary, let's point out the truth, because he also tried to sue Michael Jackson for $1 billion. That got dismissed. And then you sign up to be on his tour. So it's inconsistent.
And you went to his house about a year before he died, hanging out with the kids.
So what is it?
I don't understand that either.
Yeah, it was just a little one-sided. I mean, they could have talked to the Jacksons because, I mean, at the end of the day, whether they refused to comment, whether they said, no, Michael's an angel, at least you have both sides of the story, because then you wait till Oprah does a special to then tell the real truth. You know what I mean?
Or to get to hear their statement, at least.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And I think Oprah's a little one-sided on this, too. Like, I don't agree with her. I mean, she's known Michael. She's interviewed Michael. She's interviewed the Jacksons. Like, why is this just all one-sided? I mean, to me, I understand that you want to just tell this person's story because they have a story to tell, but if you don't tell the other side, then it's only, half a story.
Well, Oprah's my mom, so I'm a little biased. But I just feel like at the end of the day, she knew she was going to get backlash. She said that in the special.
Yeah, she did.
I feel like, as a victim of sexual abuse herself, childhood sexual abuse, she felt the need to do it. But I do get people's perspective when they say the whole situation was very one-sided.
Yeah.
We've got a great show for you today. Coming up,
lifestyle coach and author Bershawn Shaw is here. She's helping us kick off International Women's Day with her new book, Unstoppable Warrior Woman.
And we'll have more Let's Sip with Leah as well coming up.